Good morning, boys and girls, and happy Friday. Today I'm going to read you a story called Harrison P. Spader, Personal Space Invader. Harrison P. Spader loved life and wanted to share his love with everyone. However, Harrison's overly joyful ways were causing problems. When Harrison was little, it wasn't a big deal, but the problem grew every year. You see, he's squishing his flower. So maybe he's trying to help. Maybe he's being a little too rough, or he's getting a little too close. He sat a little too close, shook hands a little too long, high-fived a little too hard, and hugged a little too much. So he's trying to be nice, but the stuff that he's doing is just a little bit too rough. Maybe you know somebody like that. Maybe they're a little touchy. And Harrison definitely did not know the definition of a close talker. So look, when he tried to talk to his friends, he got too close to their face. We don't really like that all the time, do we? When somebody's right in our face. Harrison P. Spader was a personal space invader. So he gets too close to his friends. We've talked about that in the classroom before. We have to respect our friends' space. There was that time when Harrison played center field, kind of. And that other time when he went swimming with his friends. And who could forget the bus ride to the zoo or story time at the library? You see, he's just a little too close to his friends. Right? Not everybody likes that. His family was used to being smothered in love. They were just that type of family. But after calls from teachers, coaches, and other parents, Harrison's dad knew he had to have a talk with Harrison. So people were complaining. Maybe he needs to learn to respect this space, right? Harrison, I hear you are having trouble staying in your own space, his dad said. Not really. I don't need much space, Harrison replied. But other people need their space, his dad reasoned. So maybe Harrison didn't realize he was doing it because it didn't bother him. So maybe he wasn't thinking about other people's feelings by accident. When I was your age, my mom taught me something called the space saver, his dad said. It's really simple. You see his dad with his arms out? Arms out front, then out real wide. Now place your arms by your side. So he's sticking his arms out and then putting them back down. If you could do the space saver without touching anyone, you have left a good amount of space, his dad told him. Harrison and his dad practiced the space saver over and over and over. Do you think that's going to work? By the end of the night, the entire family was doing it. I wonder if this is a solution to the problem. The next day, Harrison used the space saver every chance he could. He loved it. Do you see in his classroom, he's sticking his hands out. He's not too close. He's sticking his hands out, not too close. Harrison even used it when he didn't need to, which he thought was extra clever. However, his teacher and friends weren't as impressed. Uh-oh, what's the problem now? Do you see he's over here by himself? After another phone call, Harrison's dad had a few reminders about personal space. I know you like the space saver, but sometimes it might be too crowded for it. Then just put your arms down, be still, and try to stay in your own space, his dad said. Got it, Dad, Harrison replied. So sometimes there's not enough room for everybody to have that much space. I think Harrison might have gotten a little confused. And that's okay, he's learning, right? Just like we all do. And Harrison really did get it this time. On the bus ride to school the next day, Harrison wanted to squish in a seat with two of his friends. But Harrison found himself a seat with some space instead, and that was just the beginning. Look, it worked this time. He didn't take up too much space. He didn't squish in, just enough. At his next baseball game, Harrison really did play center field. When he went swimming with his friends, he brought his own tube. He didn't try to squish on somebody else's like before. And during story time, he actually sat on his own mat and didn't move it closer to anyone. This took extra restraint for Harrison, but he did it. That's what we see a lot. We used to see a lot in our classroom, right? Sometimes friends would squish in on top of other people's space. I don't think they always meant to do it, but just like Harrison, maybe friends don't realize they're doing it. So that's why I tell you, you just have to say nicely. Harrison didn't get it right all of the time. After all, nobody's perfect. And leaving personal space can be tricky, especially when you love life as much as Harrison does, right? Some people really like to hug. They say you just have to ask permission before you hug your friends, because not everybody wants to be touched. But Harrison got it right most of the time, and that was a relief to everyone. Boys and girls, I really like this story. It teaches us to keep our space from other people and to respect their space. And it teaches us a good lesson that sometimes you might think somebody's being mean because they're touching you, but they might not realize it, just like Harrison. Harrison didn't realize his friends were getting annoyed with him, or he didn't realize that his friends didn't like it. So you have to talk to people and be kind. All right, so I added the book that you read with Miss Hartman, and I added the 2 times that you read Old MacDonald this week. So you're at 333 books. And if I add Harrison to this that we just read, makes it 334 books. All right, friends, well, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Today's Spirit Day is fun in the sun, so send us pictures of what you are doing today in the sun. Please wear sunscreen. Be careful. Have a good weekend, boys and girls.